Hey, it's random pop culture news freak here once again. Mr. As always, MannyWolverine, guys are wrestling trousers gorgeous channel. I'm on my social media platforms such as Twitter, X, aka BShoot, and of course Instagram, and of course Brady and Odyssey, etc. Mines. Reddit, just in case the channel gets shut down, terminated, got for DDoS, worse, hacked, or doxed, or blocked or shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm system or any other algorithm out there. Anyways, playing some old school N64 theme music. I'm getting a credit card is using Kamaz. Shout out to the dude, man, makes really good old school music. Anyways, I know I usually don't like talking about this type of stuff because it's very, very highly political, so I'm not going to half the article because the second or third half of this article is super polarized and talks about a lot of race, ethnicity, IRL issues I'm not going to talk about because that shit gets really massive politically crazy. And some of this music is actually from the actual literal school PS1, PS2, N64, GameCube, PS2, PS3 era, and Xbox 360 era, so the late 90s or the late 2000s shit here, so you're old as shit like me, early mid late 30s or 40s. Some of the shit you probably grew up into. Anyways, got some Shane Harrison. Those are another one from The Guardian, but I want to read it from here instead. So let's jump into it. So I shouldn't be laughing at none of this. This is extremely sad shit. So, only places like Fox or CNN or HLN are allowed to talk about this. But only I'm going to talk a little bit about it, so I'm going to have to halfway censor the hell out of myself with the words I really want to say. It says bad things broke out after a separate, unfortunately, let's say, really big no-no, breaking a law, breaking a regulation rule incident outside of a primary school in the center city. The Republic of Ireland. Police chief has been blaming, let's going to say, illegal actions in the city of Dublin Ireland, created on Thursday, it was 2 weeks ago almost, hooligan factory driven by far-right ideologists. Discord broke out after hours of 3 children and a school care assistant were, fortunately, against the law and regulations outside a nearby, let's just say, law regulation outside of a primary school. Ireland prides themselves hospitality, and I didn't know how the hell to say that word. That's like some ancient 2,000-3,000 year old language, like Aramaic or whatever. And I think it was the old people, because I remember I didn't study in school because I wasn't born and raised in the United Kingdom. I was born and raised in the United States, so of course I was going to learn about American history instead of British or Irish Scottish history. I think they came from the Anglo-Saxon ancient peoples, like stuff like the Norse mythology people like Thor. I think that's where a lot of British, white, European people's old school ancestry is from. I don't know. That's what I think. Same with the Scottish and Irish people too. So there's hundreds of thousands are welcome. What's starting this far-rightist movement so far? Well, the answer is that it's complicated. Best is places started 2 other centuries ago, where people who started to leave Ireland hoped for a better life and opportunities elsewhere. Migration is featured prominently in the story of Ireland. I didn't even know this is the first or second time I've ever seen Ireland ever get into some crazy, super wild-ass, extremely evil propagandists, illegal activity, breaking rules, laws, regulation. I can't say the RIOT word. It starts with Wyatt. Let's just say Wyatt. It rhymes with the word Wyatt, and it rhymes with the word pilot. I'm just gonna call it pilot. Well, let's move on. It says people on the left of the island for millions, of the majority fleeing poverty and famine or other reasons of their own. The Irish were amongst, quote, huddled in masses which glimpsed of the Saturday Statue of Liberty on their way to Ellis Island in New York City and started a new American life. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It was like 1890s or 1910s and 20s that happened, right before WW2 happened. A lot of the Europeans and all these other fools, were trying to have a way better life outside of the fucked up sovereignty and monarchy that Europe had, especially the United Kingdom. They want to escape that bullshit, so they came to America for an easier lifestyle, but had to deal with other bullshit problems, unfortunately. Let's continue on. That was way before I was alive. That was like 80 or 110 years before I was born, so it's way a whole other life there. Particularly Great Britain and Australia. Immigration, hopefully I'm saying it right, was, until recently, just a fact of Irish lifestyle. But over for the last 20 years, that change is massively beginning with the EU, European Union enlargement, for the immigration of India, Brazil, and the Philippines, Nigeria, and other countries around the world. Oh, I didn't know people in Brazil and the Philippines were living over there too. What? I understand a lot of the African countries, Nigeria and like India. Because I know I'm not trying to be, trying to sound like I'm bigger and better than every other race. Because I got a bunch of my flaws in my race too. Hispanic, Latinos, which are, but man, I know there's a lot of Arab, Middle Eastern, like Indian people I know that live in the United Kingdom. And I know the African, real traditional African people, I know there's a lot of them that migrated over there to the UK, but I didn't know the other ones from Brazil and Philippines were. Wow, that's wild. They're way, way further outside the world. Because I remember hearing a few times there was a small immigration thing from the Chinese Asian people living in the UK, but I never heard that much. I've only heard about it a little bit here and there. And shout out to my girl. I know she's from the UK. She was born and raised over there. I mean, she's like half Chinese, half Mandarin, half Israeli and Jewish. Her name's Cringy. I'll leave a link to her video down below. You know, half the shit I agree with her, half the shit I disagree with her. I know she's mixed with that too, so she probably faced a lot more R-word bigotry, bullshit over there than I did. Anyways, it says less central CSO figures in 2022 show that 1/5 of the population in 26 countries of the Republic of Ireland was born abroad. This is the thing. This is the first time I'm hearing any of this, because here in the United States, of course, we're the melting pot of the world. I was born and raised in the melting pot of the world in Harlem, New York City. It's insane. So I saw almost every race in this Atlanta. So until I moved to upstate New York, there was mainly just a lot of blacks and whites that lived over there. And maybe like a good armful of like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and those up. And there's literally almost no Asians or Arab people living out there at all, which is wild. That was a mind blow for me, but I had to get adjusted to that concept. Well, now I moved out here to Vegas. Another big melting pot of the world. It's almost like the desert version of New York City. Go listen to 80% is usually residential population was born in Ireland. Quote, decrease of 3% since 2016. The arrival of over. No, I can't talk any about this. I gotta censor. I wish I could just read that one. I can't. The writer in the Irish Times columnist Finiad O'Toole recently wrote a number of foreign-born residents is much higher in Ireland now than, quote, in the great age of the immigration in the United States. It is also a lot higher than the recent immigration in the United Kingdom. Alright, so let's move forward with the article here. Also goes on to say, and after this it gets way more extra bullshit, right, left, Democrat, Republican sort of thing. I'm not talking about none of that. If you want to hear that, go to somebody like, I don't know, Brett Cooper or Ben Shapiro or the other dude, Steve Crowder or whatever. Or somebody on the left side too. I don't know, let's move on. Despite the fact that migration has been barely featured for an issue in Irish Party political disclosure, it also goes on to say that even after the 2010 European Union International Monetary Fund bailout, I briefly saw a big increase in unemployment and return of immigration. Get thoughts, views, opinions, and speculation on it? I can't really say nothing about this shit at all because, oh man, I feel bad for those 3 people that got, unfortunately, unalived. Oh, but then they started blaming it. Oh, some Arab, Middle Eastern, Muslim person that did it. And that's fucked up, man. I was like here in the United States, and I'm not trying to get into all this crazy, hardcore race, ethnicity, supremacist bullshit. I'm not talking about none of that at all. I gotta be extremely careful. I say it's like, especially here in America, man. We still see it. It's always the African American black people that get blamed for doing shit that they're not freaking guilty of. It's fucked up. It's a way fucked up society. Or the second race in this, which is mine, like Hispanic Latino sometimes, especially in the West Coast and Southwest. Some are just seen as, oh, they're just thugs living in prison, and it's always the blacks or Hispanic people that cause all this rioting, chaos, and bullshit and all that. I couldn't be further from the fucking goddamn truth, man. It isn't. That's a load of freaking, if you want to talk propaganda, that's fucking propaganda, brainwashing, MK Ultra, mind control, like seed planting, predictive programming, bullshit that a lot of these government people like to do. This is the reason I don't vote for any side. I'm not even an independent. I'm not on the far leftist side, far rightist side, not the liberal side, not the far right extremists, far left extremists. Both of them have both their own issues and plans. As long as they're controlled by humanity, I don't put my faith and hope and love in mankind. I put it in Yahshua, Jesus God. That's the one that will never let you down. He won't stab you in the back. He won't hurt you. He'll never forsake you. He'll always be your best friend. This is why I don't trust any political party, because both of them only care about money, profit, and ruling people, and brainwashing motherfuckers who believe that they're their own God, and they want to have power and benevolency. control people's spirits and minds. I know it sounds crazy, sheeple crap, like mind controlling conspiracy crap, but that's real to me. Let's get something more lighthearted. So I'm not gonna get to talk too much about it. I might do a separate video on both of these. Nintendo Switch 2 rumors. No, everything we know so far comes from Roland Mori Kolar. Nintendo Switch 2 could be on the way. This is the 3 days ago from Tom's Guide. I haven't read anything from Tom's Guide in forever. Here's everything what we've heard and think that we know. And this dude, he got thrown under the bus really bad. I only heard about him like 6-7 days ago, almost a week old. This dude named Matt Rifle, or Rife, he ended up getting, he got freaking burned real bad on TikTok and Instagram. Almost all women all over the world, they're shitting on this dude badly, man. They want this dude, unalived or DEAD, like non-existing ever. All because he made, some feminist jokes. They were funny as hell. They were knee slappers. I laughed my freaking guts out. Almost couldn't breathe after all the jokes I heard from this dude. Oh my god, he is so good, man. He's super good at his freaking crafting, his traditional, not even traditional jokes. I know it's a little bit toilet humor, very controversial, big no-no. You could get canceled, you could lose your job and career over it. Hopefully this dude doesn't lose his career over it. He is a funny-ass MF. He's like the white version of Dave Chappelle and the white version of Richard Pryor, and even the white version of, what's his name? I forgot his name. The hot, fluffy dude and George Lopez from back in the day. That's what he reminds me of, bro. Very super unhinged. I love it. We need more comedy like this. I don't care if that shit gets me fans to do. Fuck it. It's funny as hell, man. So I don't know, I may not do a video on that. That's it. Thanks, subscribe down below, cartel on the side. I'll talk to you guys soon. That's it. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Those women, as always, fans as always. Tacos and Hiki Commodity Sons. I'll see you next year. Have a good day, have a night, wherever in the world, universe. Stay the first to conscious channels with the video ministry news. And long news, which is drama news. Once in a while, we post TikTok and Hololive, VTuber drama news, of course, once a week. Celebrity gossip news and star news, Elon Musk news, and reaction view segments as always. And anime update news. Peace out, take care, and reaction view segments as well. Wild hype reaction views. Take it easy. Peace out, ladies and mice. And it's like goodbye. And stay safe across other as always. Don't take any of the job or the hide your job and nanobots. Any of that poison the government tries to give you, no matter. Take it extra safe, and I'll see you guys in the next future content vlog. Latest. Talk to you guys in the future. Goodbye. I'm out of here.